Hello, 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 everyone. Um, not sure if anyone can hear me. Again, I'm still learning YouTube, still learning how to go live. I'm not sure, if I'm being heard because I really don't have a following per se yet. Um, so I'm still learning. I don't know if I'm being heard or not, but hello, if y'all can hear me, preferably you can. And again, like I said, I'm still learning the ropes of the YouTube. Like I still don't know how to get my picture to show in this little bubble that I'm talking from. I don't know why it's not there. I'm not sure how to get it there. I'm going to still play around with this so I can figure it out so that I can do more, make it more professional, and be able to add in clips like I see some the other YouTubers do. I know they said a lot of the content creators that I follow, they did say that YouTube is a lot of work and it takes a lot to, put the content together, where you're showing, videos or, clips, articles and all that stuff. So I haven't got to that point yet. So right now, I'm just using this as my diary. Again, that I'm not writing, I'm talking it. And I came back on today. I tried to upload the video yesterday, but it didn't work. Again, like I said, I'm not used to the YouTube. So I don't know what happened. I was just talking away, and nothing was being, recorded. So, but I had wanted to jump back on because I wanted to speak about, kind of piggyback on my first live. Um, and I wanted to talk about grief shaming and how grief shaming could be triggers for some. Like I know it's a trigger for me. I'm one of those people. I know a lot of times people, they just misunderstand that grief is a singular experience. Let me say that again. It's a singular experience, which means per se that my grief is my grief. So because it's my grief, I handle it the way I see fit, the way that I can. I cope with it the way that I can. Everyone is different, everyone copes with grief different. So don't bash someone else because you feel, oh, um, you've been going through this for how long? It's been 6 months, it's been a year, maybe even a few years, but let my grief be my grief. Like, I know people probably mean well when they say certain things, but don't shame people after they share their emotional pain with you or with the world. People tend to, criticize, judge on how someone should deal with it, how long they've been dealing with the feeling. Um, People just love to base, your reactions on how they would do something. Everybody is not you. And it used to, it used to make me feel bad, like, man, maybe I'm just, overreacting. Maybe I'm just being too dramatic. Maybe I'm just, what is it? Am I crazy or is something wrong with me? Why am I acting different from someone else? Should I be over this by now? Like, it really had me questioning myself, but then I had to realize and remember, what my baby girl used to always tell me when I would, really try to rationalize and think why people do what they do. And she used to always tell me, Mama, everybody is not like you. Everybody is not you. So stop expecting people to think and feel like you. Such a profound statement. She used to tell me that all the time, even though, I used to have to tell her that too, because she was one of those people that, because she was so loving and giving, she used to wear her feelings on her sleeve. So people were really able to come and knock that um, object off her shoulder very easily, and she would react. She wasn't a violent person or nothing like that, but she would just let it take over her life, take over her world, and she would either cry about it or just. But yeah, I have to remind myself about what she used to say. Like I said, some people just, I don't know if they just don't know what to say. So they think of the first thing that comes to their head. Like, for example, in my situation with my daughter, um, people don't understand when I say, that I'm grieving over the tragedy that happened and that I'm experiencing till this day with my daughter. People would say, um, well, at least she's still here. Yeah, I know that. And again, I'm grateful. But it kind of reminds me of when someone loses an unborn child, you know, um, and they're grieving over that the loss of that unborn child. People would tell their mother, um, well, it wasn't like you knew him, ever met him, as if it's better to lose them before they were born than after. Like, make that make sense. That was a bond that the mother had with that child. That was a bond that the mother, it was a human being growing in her body. So she had a bond with that baby. So it really doesn't matter, the form of the loss. Like, so when people tell me that about my daughter, it just be like, I had my daughter for 17 years, healthy, up and about, very energetic, very loving, working in school, very active, you know. So it wasn't like she was born that way. So if she was born that way, I think would be a little easier because that would be all she knows. That'll be all I know. That'll be her opportunity to experience and grow through life, um, learning, with the challenges that she was born with. So it makes it different. It's not the same. It's not the same. You up and about for 17 years, and then all of a sudden your life is cut short where you having to face this tragedy every day where you can't do for yourself, you have to depend on someone, you can't talk, can't walk, can't. So it's a difference, people, and it's very hurtful when people say that, like I'm taking the blessing that God gave for her to still be here. I'm not grateful, but is it devastating? Yes. Yes, it's very devastating. And do I still understand it? Um, why this happened? No. So I fight and struggle with that question all the time. So I just think people should just be more considerate, more cautious, um, before they respond to someone. Stop the grief shaming. You know, no one should have a time frame or an expiration date on how long to grieve. No one should have to worry about that. And you should be able to speak your feelings without being judged. People don't know what happens or occurs when it comes to dealing with grief. Some feel guilty. You feel a sense of guilt, betraying the other person who can no longer do the things they can do. like with my daughter, even with my mother, when my daughter took ill, and I would take her around my mom wouldn't eat around her because she felt guilty, because she was like, she can smell it, she can't, because everybody that knew, my baby girl, she loved to eat, was small, skinny, she was, not healthy, size girl. She was, normal size, average size girl. Um, but she would love to eat. She loved food. And so my mom would feel guilty, and she wouldn't want to eat around her. So, you have people that go through those, even, and that was my mother, that was going through her grieving stage over her granddaughter. So imagine how I feel, you know? So, you feel guilty of moving on, you know, with life after when a loved one is gone. So it's just a lot of, emotions and occurrence and stages that people go through with grief. And like I said, it's like a wave. They come in waves, my situation, I face this tragedy every day I wake up. I'm facing the tragedy that happened, and it's hard for me to hit the floor every day because I have to realize that this is another day, another year that my daughter is not up and about, not able to make her own decisions, you know, do what she wants to do. So it's hard, people. It's hard. Like I say, everybody has some type of tragedy, hurt, grief that they're going through. But again, everyone is different. Even like I said with my siblings, with the loss of my mother, we all took her death different. Like one of my sisters, she would say, I just remember when mama do this and mommy did, and she used to crack me up doing, and see with me, I wasn't at that stage. Like I'm still not really at that stage. Like it's certain songs that I can't listen to, I still can't look at pictures, and it's been 6 years. I still haven't went to my mother's gravesite. I still haven't went there, you know. So yeah, it's just a process. Um, like I say, you have, I know of 5 stages of grief. You have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, because you want people to understand and accept how you feel. You want to be able to accept the fact that the person is no longer here. You want to accept the fact that the person is not able to do what they used to do anymore. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to speak on that because people do it all so often, and like I said, I don't know if people just do it because, you know, they know no other way to respond, or they just feel like you doing too much. Get over it. Get over it. I even had a friend of mine's when my daughter first took ill, and God is my witness. My daughter was a real big family person, right? Love, love, love family. And we were having a get together, probably one of the first or second get togethers we had. And all the family was there. Everybody was having a good time, playing games and playing music. And she started to cry. And because she couldn't interact, she wanted to, because she was the life of the party at all parties, like, um so she started to cry. So of course she cried, I cried. And this chick said to me, "Dang, girl, get over it. I mean, it's been so." Really? Like, did you really just tell me to get over it? Like, and this was like the first year into her, taking heal. And I literally had to walk away because I was ready to fight this chick. So, because I'm like, you got your kids, you're able to still hang out, kick it, go get your nails done, go do this and that. And you're going to tell me to get over it? Whoa, again, grief shaming. So I just want to put it out there, guys. Be considerate. Be more softer with your response. Watch what you say before you say it. Think about how it will make that person feel. Because a lot of times when a person that's going through grief, and they're expressing their pain, or their feelings of what they're going through, they're not saying it for you to fix it, because you didn't cause it. They're just saying it to, just get it off, to cry out their heart, cleanse the heart. You know how sometimes when you hold in your emotions so much and then you finally let it out, you kind of like washed your soul. So you kind of get that relief for that moment. That's kind of like what when when we're expressing our feelings, we just want that shoulder to talk to. You don't even really have to say anything, but just say, you know, it's gonna be, all right, I got you. You know, just let that person know, I got you. I'm here. That's all we be wanting. We don't want to hear, much of nothing else. We want to just know that you got us. And if you don't understand, just say you understand. It makes us feel better. So, again, guys, I'm not going to make my YouTube channel this Debbie Downer said type of platform, but I've been going through some things emotionally, which is not new. I go through it all the time. But some days are better than others. Some weeks are better than others. Some months are better than others. Sometimes I can go, days and weeks, months, and I'm okay. I'm able to, kind of like function through. But I just know my outer don't look like my inner. And I think that confuses a lot of people, because they look like, well, you look like you ain't got nothing going on. Well, you look like you fine. But if they ever took me to get an x-ray done, and they would say, oh my God, she needs surgery because her inside is destroyed. I mean, so fractured and emotionally devastated in the inside. It's like I'm just functioning, really. To be truthful, I'm just functioning. I'm just going through life, just trying to make it through. Trying to convince myself that this is all a dream. All of this that I'm dealing and feeling and going and have gone through, it's all a dream. Because I have to stay strong for my daughter. I feel a lot of times I have to stay strong for other people, because everybody look at me to be the strong person and the go-to person. Like, people come to me for advice, people come to me for positivity, um, positivity, stern advice, for my knowledge and experience on certain things. You know, I'm the baby of my siblings, and you would think I was the oldest because a lot of them come to me. A lot of them tell me, "Ooh, you so strong, sister, you so strong, auntie, you so strong." I guess to them I am. I guess on the outside I might look like it, but I'm not. Really, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, grief is something else. Grief is really, really, really something else. And it can come in all forms, guys. Grief ain't always from death. Grief can come from if you go through a bad divorce, separation from your spouse. Because I don't know, a lot of times people that, go through divorces and stuff, that feels like a death. Relationships that go, south, when you're going through that divorce and stuff and that separation and all that, it feels like a death too. Hmm. Like I say, my situation with my daughter, it's like a death. It's just in the physical. It's just in the physical, people. I just ask for grace. Give people grace and understanding that's going through grief. Don't grief shame them, please. And that's all I wanted to say, guys. Again, I'm gonna try to learn this YouTube as best as I can so I can come with more content because I want to discuss other things, other topics, all positive over here, and things that I come with on my platform is going to be my perspective. That's why I renamed the YouTube Andrea's Perspective because it's my perspective, So, yeah. So, thank you guys. Whoever catches this replay, I don't think I have anyone listening to me in my chat or anything right now. Hopefully, I'll build some followers, subscribers, eventually. I don't know. And maybe this video would get to someone's ear that can relate. So I just asked anyone if you catch it, can you just hit the like button, share, and subscribe? I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, and bye bye.